On YouTube, it's your boy Clicked, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today we're gonna be looking at a debate. I don't think it's so hard to answer this question, and it's basically who is the worst game developer. Guys, I know you play these games and they irritate the hell out of you like they do me, and sometimes I really wonder if the game developers are like 4-year-olds, getting ready for kindergarten or something. It's just so bad, the stuff that these games let slip through the cracks and stuff. It's so bad, right? Like, it's so frustrating. I know you guys have these experiences with playing certain games too. So this video is brought to you by Penguins as well. Again, his link to his channel will be in the description, but it's just basically going over some of the game developers that are garbage, and it's so much, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So we're just going to be looking at them today. Activision. Yeah, that's big. EA, I'm gonna put some names out there. He might not mention those, but for me, those are the worst game developers there is, man. It's crazy. But as usual, guys, if you are new to the channel and you're not clicked up, hit subscribe, drop a like if you feel like it. It does help my channel grow, and I will appreciate it. Turn on post notifications, and comment down below and tell me which gaming developer you think is the worst. And it doesn't have to be recent times, it could be from old times, but just let me know, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Talking about game developers? We talking about game develop
Answerable question. Who is the worst developer in the world? Well, rest easy tonight, my sweet children, because I will be
this guy's
once and
the way
for
this
all,
guy delivers
science,
his messages are
data,
so funny.
and my opinion, which is going to be stated as a fact. So this
Yeah.
is your warning now. If you're allergic to the truth, you're not welcome here. But for those of you that want to have your third eye open, please join me and sit on my lap as I give you the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Now let's tackle this riddle.
We're not
The
doing
correct
that one.
answer to the question, who is the worst game developer, is 343 Industries. Now, before you throw your arms up in the air and start spitting and shitting in anger, let me explain. I'm only talking about AAA game devs. I'm sure there's plenty of terrible indie devs that have made horrible things or have done horrible things. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm focusing on AAA big budget studios. I also want to explain that I'm only talking about the quality of the games they produce and not the actual workplace environment. Because if we were talking about that, then obviously there's been like sexual assaults and a ton of different awful things at other studios. So I just wanted to make that clear. Now let's pour some sauce on this spaghetti. I'm going to show you a quick clip from one of my recent streams where I was ranting about 343 because they recently published their roadmap for Halo Infinite. And it's laughable.
Oh, okay, they make those
that don't
games.
know,
Okay.
Halo Infinite is 343's recent release, and it has been just a complete catastrophe, just an absolute disaster. It's a good game.
I wish he was roasting Warzone, to be honest.
The campaign's pretty fun. There's good ideas there, but unfortunately, this thing launched without any content at all. They fucking threw this thing out there naked. It was so barren when it came to content, but the community was under the impression that they would be adding content to the game as it continued to exist. But they really haven't. They've barely even been drip feeding this thing to keep it on life support. It's not enough. It's fucking flatlining. It's dying of thirst, and 343 can't even piss in its mouth. Then they've only added 2 maps in almost an entire year. This game came out November 15th of 2021.
2 maps.
They've only added 2 maps
Caldera
since then, and no other big meaningful
Fortune's
updates.
Keep.
It's fucking crazy, and this is also the only.
It's a more arcade game though. It's not battle royale.
Game, and they have no service.
But I mean, that's kind of what Warzone did.
I'm already getting a little shaken and stirred here just discussing it. But anyway, they posted their roadmap. It's bad.
That's how I feel about Warzone.
It canceled. Oh, I actually wanted to talk about that. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, this was so embarrassing. So I talked about it on stream a little bit, but Halo Infinite posted their roadmap.
Hey, even Halo. Like, what do you guys think about Halo?
10 months now.
I haven't heard anybody talking about it in a long time.
Later this year. Co-op campaign testing later this year too. But overall, super underwhelming. A lot of people really very disappointed with 343 as per usual. But one thing they announced is that they fully canceled split screen. They said we're done throwing that shit in the toilet and flushing it. No more split screen. So then on Twitter, I don't remember who it was, but one of the bigger accounts was like, actually, split screen is totally fine. In fact, we're having it working right now. And they posted a video of them glitching split screen into the game. So they were successfully able to implement split screen themselves through a glitch. And it even works, not even just two.
Bro, these guys are so whack. Like, just do things properly.
So 343 apparently couldn't quite crack the code on making split screen work. Meanwhile, just fucking rock hard dicked gamers on Twitter were able to immediately figure it out only hours after their announcement through glitching. Yeah, here we go. Here, Mint Blitz even talked about it.
Quite the development has occurred. 343 has cut official Halo Infinite split screen co-op. However, with the use of a glitch,
again, I guess we have to really
get into the
Isn't that fucking crazy?
We have to really remember that
$500 million in the Halo Infinite.
These guys are regular people, man.
Extraordinarily. They didn't even.
That's all. Like
that's
the excuse.
With, like, any content, unfortunately, and it has been over a year and still well, it hasn't been a full year yet, but it's coming up, and still has barely any fucking content. And now they cancel one of the most basic features that games have had for the last
split
25 years. Though split screen's been phased out from most major games.
Yeah, for sure.
Because most people don't do couch co-op.
Yeah, they just do internet.
But it's still like a really easy feature to implement, I imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
And they cancel it inexplicably. I'm guessing.
But what if you want to go over and chill with your friends and da da da? You know what I mean? Split screen is still needed.
Like, how is that not super embarrassing?
That is embarrassing because
they have this and then it takes them 6 months.
Worse if these guys didn't go to school for it.
Oh my god, yeah, made directly in Forge. Meanwhile, the community already made a 1-to-1 creation of Guardian and Reflection in less than a week. I know, man. It's so sad. I don't know what they do. Like, I don't know what they do for the last, 8 fucking months just sitting around doing, nothing. They just go to the office.
That reminds me of Battlefield.
And then go home.
Who had the time of... They had so much time to just make a good game to take Warzone off the throne.
They absolutely needed that roadmap to bang. They needed to show that they've actually been doing things for the game for the last 8 months, and they didn't. The only thing that even has the remote possibility of bringing Halo any sort of relevancy again is their Forge mode. Because their Forge mode is outrageous.
Yeah, as I said, I know nothing about Halo, but if this guy knows his shit,
is stunning. That is the only hope that game has. I really think that it's inarguable that 343 has killed the Halo franchise. It has absolutely no relevancy anymore. It is fully fallen off, which is crazy.
And guys won't even change
early 2000s all the way up until 2000.
The engine, right? Like
Halo
they'll know. They hear people complaining. They don't care.
Franchises in all of gaming.
It was. It really was.
People that didn't play games
would
at all
try it.
knew Halo.
Yeah, I'd never played Halo.
It seemed like it was an unstoppable force, and it was extremely influential for FPS games. But then the second Bungie passed
actually, I played on PC like a long time ago.
They put that torch right in their fucking asshole and extinguished the flame.
Whoa.
Halo 4 launched to pretty mediocre success. I recently replayed it and the campaign's pretty solid, but the multiplayer sucks. Halo 5 was a complete disaster where the campaign was the worst in the entire franchise and the multiplayer was okay. And then they also had the Master Chief Collection, which was legitimately broken for 5 years before they finally fixed it. And now Halo Infinite, and you know how that story's going. It's just sad that they've let the game wither and die like this.
Bro, I know exactly what this guy's saying. Amazing. I even also feel this with FIFA.
There's nothing to look forward to with this game. It seems like they don't know what
sucks,
they're doing.
man. Like, they don't care about nothing. They're making their money, I guess.
The players want. They even had a big focus on their store for a little while there instead of the actual game.
Say that they don't know what their players want is bull.
Just be patient. They're doing their best, you know.
They do know.
It's unreasonable to expect them to do so much for this game, even though it's already been out. And that's such a fucking brain-dead take. This game launched in a very content-dry state. They released this game half-finished, basically, in terms of its content. They just tried to pump it out as quickly as possible, and then hoping they could patch it up later and add what they wanted to initially.
I see that happen a lot.
That's not, an excuse. It doesn't work. Just be patient.
People are paying you.
Well, it should have been there to start.
Yeah.
They should have had all of this already there.
And is this a business?
Ready, and now we're just taking their victory lap, adding more cosmetics or adding more maps, you know? Same thing Halo has always done, where they add more maps and more things down the line, but you got the complete package off rip. That wasn't the case here. We never got the complete package, and we still, 305 days later, have not gotten the complete package. So you can't really just write it off as hey, stop being so impatient. It's not impatience, it's just inexcusable. It's 343 not being able to follow through and deliver on the things
End of the day, man, people are paying their money, man, and you don't know what people do on a daily basis, then come home and spend their money with you guys, you know?
Their game is.
It should matter.
Totally justified in feeling like their game is hollow and abandoned. 343 has been unable to communicate and deliver. At least they finally published the roadmap, but it's just not satisfactory. I saw a post on Reddit that puts it into perspective pretty well. In Halo 2's history, we're going to go back in time. Halo 2 launched. It was a great game, one of my top 5 of all time. A complete game. It wasn't missing anything or anything like that. But then
Haven't heard one of those in a long time.
days later, they released the multiplayer map pack, which brought 9 new maps to the game. 238
That's a lot.
days after the
I don't think I've ever heard of any game doing that
with their multiplayer map pack. Halo Infinite has been out for 307 days, and they've brought 2 new maps. So it's been out longer, and they've released less maps than Halo 2.
And
yet
this
somehow,
modern
Halo
time, it should be
Infinite is
easier
the
to even
first
do that.
live service Halo game. What a joke. It's almost like they called it that ironically. Like they were just giggling behind the scenes like, well, you know, we're going to call it live service, but we're really not going to do shit on it. It's just like, you know, getting real silly with it and laughing at the community.
Legit, that's how all
gaming
companies are moving nowadays.
343 is the worst developer out there right now. They took what used to be a household name, Halo, and ran it into the ground. Like, they buried it. I don't know how Halo comes back from this. Forge is really its only chance, and even then, I'm not convinced people are going to flock back to Halo for Forge. But who knows? It is very impressive what it seems like they're doing with Forge, if it ever even comes out. You know, there's a good chance they might even delay it. I don't even believe their roadmap. They might just push it to 2023. There's no telling. But anyway, that's about it.
You know, what I really think I should be doing is making a video like this for FIFA on its own, EA on its separate video, and then another video about Activision and Ricochet, because this is pretty much video games of today. Even 2K is like that. Like, you guys definitely can read, you know what I mean? You guys write codes and all that stuff, so just read it, listen to what people say, and fix it. It cannot be that hard. This is your job, you know what I mean? How is this guy gonna say that split screen was fixed by the community that didn't even make the game? How did they fix it? That makes no sense. And that sucks, man, that this is what video gaming is coming to. And then you have people that cheat and all this other stupid stuff. Like, it's so much, man, but it is what it is. We just have to go with it until we find something else, I guess. And then they will really learn at that point. But guys, as usual, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, turn on post notifications, man. Peace.